Welcome to day 3 of vlogs from the Bower CloudCatcher Witch Camp 2017. I am your vlog Bower Priestess Sheree, and today we are talking about the place of Bower within community and how community can best support Bower work in their relative community, essentially. So, my first awareness about Bowers within the Witch Camp community was when I attended California Witch Camp in 2012, and they had this beautiful, wonderful setup which is this sex-positive sensuality, expression of body, and reconnection place. And I fell in love with it. And for me, it was really a place to kind of just feel comfortable and happy and like almost shed a layer of, I guess, like guilt and sorrow and just disconnect that I have with my body and my relationship with sex and sensuality, and also, like, it feeds into, like, creativity and connection with others and love and desire. All of that sort of thing was just, I felt very blocked, and finding a space that kind of supports expressions of that work and really allows for sensual, safe experiences, to express desires, to tap into creative, eco-sexual energy was amazing, and I wanted to bring that back to the camp, to CloudCatcher where I was, and start working that. It felt like a juicy, potent piece of magic to me. Since then, I've gone through many years, a couple of years, priestessing the Bower at CloudCatcher and then attending Bowers at other camps. And through that process, really, seeing how that works in with different communities. Like, for California Witch Camp, the Bower is very integral as a part and landmark within camp. In Tejas, it was a new kind of experience, having a new connection and really a priestess who was stepping into their power, into that role and holding the Bower for there. And I could see myself back when I was doing that work. And from there now we've developed, in process of developing what's called the Bower Priestess Guild, which is about collective group of witches getting together to create a network, essentially, that's going to help support Bower work through all the different witch camps, and hopefully that'll flood out into our local communities and the international community, and really have like a list of resources, contacts, people you can get in touch with, and also like be able to offer community-based workshops, so workshops that may not happen because they're in kind of like a more, I guess, in the overculture area, kind of the risque subjects, and it's part of the power that we're trying to do within Reclaiming is to really reclaim all those connections and relationships and work on developing our sexual identity, our sensual identity. At least I speak for myself here. The power that comes with love, with lust, desire, with all of that sort of energy and flow, and really just going through and having a safe space for that, to have the conversations about consent and boundaries, to have the conversations about different types of relationship dynamics. Some other ones I've experienced in the Bower were a talk about BDSM and kink within witchcraft traditions. There was a offering a few years ago held about consensual violence, and it's these crunchy kind of discussions that the Bower can really hold that space for. And as someone that priestesses the Bower, I can happily help facilitate that space, but it's also the support we get from the community. So those people who come and attend those workshops, those conversations, those discussions, but also the community that just holds space for there to be a space for it as well. Those kind of like allies that just sit at the edges holding the space for this conversation to happen. One of the workings that will often happen in the Bower is called the Circle of Allies. So it'll be that there's a larger group, a person will stand in the middle and tell a story or something about themselves, and anyone who aligns with that story will step into the middle. Anyone that doesn't align will hold the edges and witness that person, all people sort of thing. And it was really about knowing that you have a community holding your heart and holding your back. And the Bower is just not, if it wasn't for the community, there wouldn't be a Bower. It would just be a priestess holding a space. But as the Bower that attend and the Bower that risk and dare and trust and love and want to question and want to have those crunchy conversations and want to just take it further, that that is why we have a bower, and that is why there's that space, and to have those discussions, to have those experiences, to test the edges and test the waters, and just be there in love and truth and wisdom and desire and desire and desire and desire. That's why we have the bower, and that's why we have that space. So that's why I do this work, and that's why I connect to this, and I feel that we held that for this camp, and even there was a path that was held within that space, so having that bower space allowed that path to happen. So it's integral, it's become part of camp community, and I hope, and culture really, and I hope it continues, and I would love to see this work taken out further into community. Having community bower spaces would be incredible. But for this is day 3. I'm signing out now. Much love. Tomorrow will be day 4, the wrap-up really, about the whole experience of the bower within camp, and possibly different ways that you can connect with communities beyond that space. So for now, much love and blessings, and have a good day. Mwah.